Welcome to another broadcast. This time it's Maundy Thursday, the Thursday of Easter week, and our reading is the whole of John chapter 13, very well known passage, and I'll explain why in just a moment. We're still in lockdown. Things are wearing a bit thin for quite a few of us. Things are wearing a bit thin for the disciples actually by this stage in Holy Week. They're about to have this very strange Passover meal with Jesus. It's going to turn into something a bit messy as Judas leaves in a panic, and it all seems very strange. They're about to wander out to Gethsemane. So an odd time for the disciples, just like it's a pretty odd time for most of us. Maundy Thursday. It's called that, in case you're interested, because of the Latin word which means to command, based on the commandments in John 13, actually, 33, 34. This is my command, that you love one another. And John 13 is all about love, actually. Love by example. Jesus washes the disciples' feet. Maundy Thursday has often been associated with foot washing down the centuries, and so Jesus' example of wonderful love, and then there's the great command, so love by command, love one another, and then love by contrast. Judas Iscariot is supposed to be one of the 12, supposed to be the inner circle. Does he love Jesus? I don't think so. By his actions he demonstrates the opposite. So John 13, Maundy Thursday, is about love by example, Jesus, love by command, love one another, love by contrast, Judas Iscariot and his great betrayal of the Saviour of the world. So as we think about love on this Maundy Thursday, this is a good day to think about loving others. However wearing this whole lockdown thing is getting for us, there are loads of people for whom it's even more traumatic. So let's find ways to love them today. For someone overseas, you love them through your prayers or through an email or a Skype message of some kind, making sure they know they're not forgotten in some far-flung place, perhaps with very inadequate facilities for medicine, and perhaps feeling a little scared in some home far from their own home. Or perhaps as a vulnerable person you could love in your community, someone who's had corona but at home, or someone who's elderly with underlying symptoms who daren't venture out. If you're going to go and take flowers to them or chocolates or leave them on the doorstep, if you're going to venture out to sort of express care for them in their loneliness, don't forget the 3 steps of doing that safely. Knock, step, smile. You have to remember those 3 things when you do visiting. Knock, step, smile. Knock on the door loudly to make sure they've heard. Step back the required 2 meetings. And smile, because they'll be anxious. Who's this at my door? Why are they knocking? Am I allowed to answer it? Nobody comes to see me in the lockdown. Who could it be? So there'll be an anxiety behind that door. So if you're going to go out and express love in action to someone because they need your physical presence or to actually see you at an appropriate social distance, of course, then don't forget, knock, step, smile. That's very important. So find a way to express love today on this Maundy Thursday. As Jesus expressed his love by washing the disciples' feet, we can't get physically close to anybody, really, today, apart from the people in our own household. So let's find a way today, through prayer, through Skype, through phone, through text, through flowers, through chocolates, through knocking on the door of a vulnerable person, to some mechanism in which we say, Jesus, please help us today, in this special week celebrating your death and resurrection, to be agents of love to others, particularly those who have needs that we don't really experience, but that we want to, reaching out from our own need, express love to others today. So may you be an agent of love in this Holy Week. God bless you.